Yes. What's going on, Memphis in the house, Dallas? Everybody pretty much understands breakout and retest. For those who've been following, who've been trading for a while, you guys understand that, like the break and then the retest and then the continuation. Oh, what happened? Man, I'm on TV. There we go. Sorry. Apologies. Sorry about that. Yeah. Right. Yeah. In a way, it's another form of. In a way, it's another form of like flag patterns, right? In a way, but people still don't get that because, I kind of it kind of hit me last week, and I kind of figure out why, and maybe I didn't make myself clear because, as you guys know, man, every little step, every little inch that gets you closer to becoming a profitable trader, you guys all win, right? Would you guys agree? And I always say this, man, even the basic stuff will get you to where you need to go. All right? So, let's get this show on the road. Everybody ready? Right? Real simple, real easy. And I think this is going to like kind of help a lot of you guys get your aha moment. All right? This will really really help a lot of you guys get your aha moment. If you don't get your aha moment after this, I really don't know what to tell you. No, I'm gonna just tell you keep studying, keep practicing, of course, keep dedicating. But this should really help you guys get your aha moment. You ready for your aha moment? Everybody ready for that aha moment? All right. Like this should really help put you over the edge. All right. We're good. Ready to roll. Okay. So let's get started. I know we got a little bit of lag here. It's all good, but let's go. Let's get this party rocking and rolling. All right. So when we're trading, right? Perfect example. I'm looking at the Euro USD. So I'm looking at the Euro USD. So like I always said, like when you're analyzing the market, you should always be looking at the higher time frames. But when I say higher, I always mean like either the daily, weekly, monthly, one of those, right? You kind of want to get the overall trend of what the market is doing. All right. So right now, the overall trend for like Euro USD is down. All right, based on the daily, weekly down. We're in this like channel here. So as you can see, every time price comes up, boom, boom, boom. All right. So let's look at all the fake breakouts, right? Like how many of you guys, when you're trading, you get in a trade, right? How many of you guys buy or sell and then price completely reverses on you, right? You see the breakout and then the market reverses on you. Well, you should be, not even supposed to, you should be always waiting for a retest, right? Always waiting for a retest. The reason, does anybody know why you should wait for the retest? I want to know, if does anybody know why you should be waiting for a retest? Anybody want to take a wild guess? Right, we're taking it back to the basics, and then you're going to see pretty much this throughout the entire evening, right? While we're looking at all our trades and everything like that. Does anybody know why you should be waiting for a retest? Like the real importance, right? Confirmation, right? It confirms that we're moving in that direction. All right, it confirms. So look at all these breakouts, for example, right? Technically, this was a breakout, 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 fake out, actually. Sorry, not breakout, fake out. So not breakout, fake out. So you had a fake out here. All right. You had another fake out here. another fake out here, right? Right? You had another fake out here. So let's look at all these fake outs. Fake out, fake out, fake out, right? And notice, even right here, notice that price, you see how price kind of goes above the moving average and then comes down, above the moving average, then comes down, above the moving average, then comes down, above the moving average, then comes down, right? So let's take it back. So remember, the way that I trade and the way you guys should be trading is when you're looking at the higher time frames, once we identify our overall trend and where we're going, remember, now I'm looking to trade in the higher time frames. Now, this is the rule of thumb. This is the rule, and this is the rule I think everybody forgets, everybody neglects. All right, so I have, let's see, you see here, my 4-hour time frame. So the problem and the reason why so many people get hit with the fake outs, and this is why the retest is important, right? You see how price is breaking above my MACD here, right? It did it here, it did it here, it slightly did it here, it slightly did it, you know, not really there. You had one right here, and then you had one, you know, somewhat over here, right? Now, what's the common denominator between all these? Between all these, right? If you want to kind of consider this, right? What's the common denominator? We got a breakout, MACD crossover. We never got a retest, right? And what do I mean by a retest? I mean is once price breaks above it, right? A retest of, you know, retesting right over here and then continuing the trend. You see, the whole point is when price breaks out of a trend, right? When price breaks out of a trend, you should always get a retest. So for example, when this crossed over, right? Notice we made this MACD crossover right here, right? It crossed, signaling the uptrend, signaling the breakout. But you know why it didn't continue going up? Is because when this, especially on your MACD, when it pulled back, you didn't get the continuation, right? Remember, the whole point of a breakout, like somebody said earlier, is to confirm that we are now going in that direction, right? See, when a market is trending, like right here, for example, right here, for example, right? Even right here, for example, you see this downtrend? What price will do is you'll have your MACD crossover, right? And then you'll have your retest. You'll have your retest. And this is the thing. Most traders, they'll initially get in on the breakout, right? So retest here. Retest. What you guys should be doing is waiting for the retest. Wait for the retest. Right? Notice when price got here. Notice here. Notice the difference. Right here and right here. Difference. Breakout. Right? This is breakout, reversal. But notice what happened. When price got over here, when it retested, right? This is the breakout reversal. When it retested, price did not come back around to continue the uptrend. You see that? You see the difference of what happened as opposed to here, you had the breakout. So this was initially your breakout, right? This should be like clicking for some of you guys. So you had your breakout, boom. See, now if you got in here, you would have caught some pips, but then the pullback, right? This is where everybody messes up, or, you know, they get, you know, they go crazy. The pullback, right? You should always, if price is going to go in that direction, it's truly headed in a direction, we should always get a retest to continue the trend. Right? Big notes here, but I wanted to point that out. Actually, let's make this like bigger so you guys can see. Right? So you guys can see if price is truly headed in a direction. So you see, price broke out. That was your breakout. This was your breakout from the uptrend to now the downtrend. Breakout. If price is truly headed in a direction, we should always get a retest. So this was the retest right here. And look, it will literally tell you right around here, this is where you enter, right? Entry here. Entry, yeah, right around here. Entry here. And notice, this is where you get your downtrend. Notice what happened over here. Price retested the zero line crossover, right? But what happened? When it retested, we didn't get the continuation. We didn't get a crossover to head back up. No crossover to head back up, which is important if we're going in a trend. You see, again, if we're in a true trend, let me find, let's say, an example, an uptrend, right? So, all right, this is a good uptrend right here without deviating too far from over here. So let's say I take this uptrend. I'm on the 4 hour now, right? So if I'm in a true uptrend, this is the trend. The trend is up. If I'm in an uptrend, so when I go down to the 1 hour or the 30 minute for my entry, right? No more than 1 or 2 time frames down. All right. So this is my uptrend. I should get a retest. You see how price retested? Retest. And then crossover back to the upside. You see how that happens? You see how the two coexist? So this was my breakout right here on this uptrend, right? That was my breakout. That was the breakout. Boom. Breakout, confirming uptrend. We just came from this downtrend. Look, we just came from this downtrend, right? We just came from this downtrend. Breakout. All right, cool. We should get a retest. Price went on an uptrend. This retest to confirm that we are in an uptrend. Once price comes back over and retested, look. Now, and look at this. The moment you would have gotten into your trade, which would have been right around here. Notice, literally no drawdown, no nothing, right? Probably a little pullback here, but if you would have got in here, you got your move to the upside. Right? Now, look what happens when price reverses. Right? Again, reversal. Reversal here. Right? This is your reversal point. We were in an uptrend. We're no longer in an uptrend. This broke the trend. Reversal point. Right? All right. What confirms that we are now in a reversal? Breakout. Right? What confirms that we are now in the opposite trend now? This retest. this retest right here, this point right here. See this flag? You see how it all lines up? This retest right here. This is the truth. So that's your breakout. This is your retest. To confirm downtrend. Right? That's your retest. And as you can see, boom, you move to the downside. Now, if you wanted to catch, let's say these flags, these bearish flags right here, you would just move down to a smaller time frame. So 30-minute. But we talked about this, right? You don't want to move too far down because then you're going to be jumping in and out, right? So, but it's okay. So if I come all the way over here, boom, 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 confirm. So check this out, right? Retest back to, you got one right here. Right? And that's all you're literally doing. Once you get your breakout, you're waiting for that retest to that zero line crossover. And then check it out. Boom. Entry right here. Confirms sell. Right? Price is underneath my moving average. Right? That's multiple confluence right there. Confirmation. In a downtrend, my MACD crossover already happened. So I'm confident taking this trade. You see that? I'm confident taking this trade. When the market is in a true downtrend or a true uptrend, you will always get a retest. Look at everything that's been trending, right? Let's look at GJ, for example. So GJ, right? So think about it. This is where price reversed, right? This was the reversal point. Reversal point. Breakout. All right, cool. If this is really my reversal point, if this is truly my reversal point, I should get a retest, which was right around here. A retest, which is right around here. Boom, my retest. Let this create the flag. See how it comes up? I'm not selling until right around here. Right? Until right around here. And notice, boom, I get the trade. Yes, I miss this initial drop. Right? Remember, I'm on the 4-hour. I marked up on the daily. Right? This is my daily trend line. My daily downward trend line, right? And I'm on the 4-hour for my entry. So I initially miss all of this. I miss 700 pips, right? But I get a quality and more confirmed trade by waiting for the retest, right? That was your retest. Get a more confirmed and quality trade by waiting for this retest. And now I got my move to the downside with basically little to no drawdown. Little to no draw. By the time you drop here, there was no real pullback. By the time it pulled back here, you would have already collected 200 pips. Right? And literally, you could just done the same thing, right? Wait for another retest. Wait for another retest, right? And then sell again. So let's say I would have sold this small little drop. This would have been nothing. My stop loss would have been right here. Boom. Not really a big sell, right? Let's say I get taken out. I wait for the same system. Why? Because overall, I'm still in a downtrend. Hasn't been broken. Overall downtrend hasn't been broken. So I'm still applying my same rules. So I wait for another retest. Wait for another retest. Wait for another crossover. Right? Why am I waiting for that crossover? Again, crossover, the reason why you want to wait for the crossover, it signifies trend change. So we're going from an uptrend back down to a downtrend. So even if you would have lost this trade here, whatever you lost, you would have made up with this move right here. Right? And you just basically keep doing the same thing over and over again. Wait for it to come back. Right? That's your retest to come down. If you're truly in a trend, price will always retest. You see the problem with fake breakouts? So what was a fake breakout? We'll look at trades throughout tonight and we'll find fake breakouts. But you'll notice with a fake breakout, price never retests. You see? With a fake breakout, you never get a retest. If it's a true trend, you will always get a retest. Simple. It's simple as that. Does that make sense? Right? Would that make sense? Hopefully that like clicked for a lot of you guys. Right? Hopefully that clicked. So if you confirm the trend, even if you confirm the trend, even think about it this way, guys. Let's say if I'm just using the moving average, right? Look at this. Like I said, if I'm just waiting for a moving average, if I'm just waiting for a moving average, right? Look at these breakouts. Again, look at these breakouts, right? Like I said, if we were in a real trend, like you see this uptrend right here, you see this uptrend right here, notice when it broke out, I got a retest, price came back, and then it continued the trend. Notice when price came up here, right? You know how many times people buy when price gets above their moving average or below it, or above their trend line or below it, right? No retest. There was no retest. There was no break above it, retest to come back and go. This didn't happen over here. Right? Same thing over here, right? If this, based off of the rules, oh, I'm buying once the MACD crossover. Okay, so that means you bought over here. But you're buying at the initial breakout. There should always be a retest. That means this should have came here. Even if it goes back down under, it should have crossed back over to continue the uptrend. If that part doesn't happen, you don't enter the trade. All right? You don't enter the trade. Yes, you can do this on all pairs. You can do this. So we're going to go over every trade, right, this week. And then you're going to see. I'm going to point them all out for you. And you'll realize, oh, okay, this is what happened. This is what didn't happen. And of course, you can do this on any time frame. Any like I said, the higher the time frame, the better, right? But some people are gonna forever stay on, the 5-minute charts. That's fine, but the higher the time frame, the better, right? So what's a perfect fake out? So perfect right here. So you see this uptrend right here. You see this? See how this broke but then came back up, as opposed to this right here, as opposed to this right here. And we're going to look at the difference. So that's on the daily, right? So I go on the daily, drop down. So what happened here? Right? And this perfect example. What happened here? Get this. Boom. So if you would have sold here, crossover, right? But this never, right? This never properly retested. This came all the way back up. Now, when it really went on its downtrend, notice when it really went on its downtrend, notice how you got the proper, your entry here. So you wouldn't have entered on this initial break. Your entry would have been here. The second, right? Once price breaks, once it's breaking out, all right, think about this. Whenever you're buying or selling, that means you're expecting price to go up or down. So you got to look at it this way. All right, if price is really going to go up or down, I should get that retest. You see how price broke down, then came back, retested to come back around to complete the real drop? That's what you're waiting for. That's what you're always waiting for. See here, last week, what did price do? I'm on the 4 hour. It broke. But I got a retest, but no confirmation to go back on the sell. So no reason to sell. No confirmation to sell. No crossover. See, that's my initial breakout. That's my initial breakout. Boom. No crossover shove. I could have gone down to a smaller time frame, right? Now, these are small moves, baby moves, right? You're not going to catch a lot of, if you were selling during this, nothing here, right? But notice when this broke out. See how this came back on an uptrend? See your breakout? So I broke out here. Look at all these retests. If I go down to the 30-minute, based on this 1 hour, retested. Perfect. See that? Retested to the upside. Retested to the upside. Right? After this initial breakout. So this was my breakout here. From this downtrend to now reversing. Breakout here. That's my breakout. If that's my breakout, perfect. That means I should get a proper retest as opposed to this right here. Perfect example. You see here? You see how this broke out? But what happened? You would have bought here, right? Rookies, people who don't pay attention. Most traders bought here, buy here. But look what happens. This is a classic scenario right here. Look what happens. I got my breakout because I see a MACD crossover. I'm following all my moves. Breakout here. So I buy. But look what happens. Price comes back down under. The problem is when this came back and retested, you didn't get the proper confirmation to buy into the trend. See the difference between what happened here? You see how this broke out and then came back down to a downtrend. That's what I'm saying. Before you guys buy or sell, when you get that initial breakout, you have to wait for it to retest that zero line crossover. And if price comes back into that direction, then you can buy, then you can sell. So you see here, this was the same thing. Breakout here, breakout. This was a breakout. The difference is, you see how this pulled back to continue the trend? Pulled back to continue the trend. It's pulling back now, right? It's pulling back now to continue the trend. As opposed to this fake out. This is a fake breakout. Fake breakout. Price came up and then pulled back and stayed down under. Difference here, price broke out but stayed above, pulled back and continued the trend. Pulled back and continued the trend. All right? Put back. So real question. I like a lot. I can see. Can you do another? Right. So I'm gonna do this all throughout tonight. All right. The watching only needs to occur in a higher time frame. Yeah. So your overall, guys, you can do this on any time frame. All right. I can go down. As you can see, I'm on the 30-minute. So for example, if I stay on this 30-minute and do this, so you see here. All right. Perfect. I have an uptrend here. This is my uptrend here. And this is my downtrend here. Right? That's my downtrend there. Uptrend, downtrend. Uptrend, downtrend. Right? Now, look. When this was going uptrend, notice right here, this was my breakout. Breakout to the upside, uptrend. All right, cool. I don't buy here on the initial breakout. I don't buy on the initial breakout. I wait for the retest. So that would have been right around here. Wait for the retest. The retest will confirm the trend. Right? Which it did. The retest will confirm the trend. Price came up, and then boom, that was your buy opportunity. It retested again. Remember, I'm still above this trend line here. Breakout. Same thing. Over and over again until what? Price finally reversed. It reversed here. That was my reversal point. Right? But before I get in on the sell, I want to see a retest of this downtrend. I need to see that retest because to confirm this downtrend. That's why you want to see the retest, to confirm this downtrend. So that means price should pull back to that zero line crossover, right? And then I have my sell opportunities. Keep pulling back, and then I have my sell opportunities, right? This was just a lot of consolidation. So if I'm on the 30-minute, again, I'd probably drop down smaller so I get a tighter entry. Remember, if I'm marking up on one time frame, I want to move 1 to 2. So to get a tighter entry, I'd move down to like the 15. So again, boom, same thing, boom. Even if you're a scalper, right? You're not getting a lot of pips here, but 30 pips there, right? For some of you guys, that's everything. So on and so forth. So imagine if this is on the 15-minute time frame, imagine when you do this on the higher time frame, you're going to get a bigger pip countage. And the same thing goes for Renkos, right? And Renkos, it's going to be even easier. If this is trending, you see how when this broke out, notice how when this broke out, or better yet, when this broke out, right? And I'm on the 15-minute time frame. So better yet, when this broke out. See, some of you guys would have probably bought here. You would have bought here. You would have bought here, right? But what happened here that didn't confirm the uptrend? That happened over here. When this broke out, you had a retest. When that retested and came back above, that was your ideal time to buy. Your stop loss would have been below here. As you can see, never reached it. Came close, but you have your move to the upside. Whereas when this broke out, it never retested. It retested, but it retested to go back down, not to go up. So again, if this is supposed to go up, we should get a breakout, retest, pull back, and then the continuation. That's why I always say wait for that flag, right? So now look at it from a different standpoint. Wait for the retest. Wait for this when it's initially breaking out like it did here. This is the initial breakout. Wait for it to pull back to confirm that this is actually going in that direction. That didn't happen here. As you can see, price went back down. So if you would have bought here, you would have lost this trade. But you see the difference? This broke out when this pulled back. You see how much safer it is to buy here as it is to buy here? Because we had already initiated the breakout here. This is just pulling back, retest again, and then you just have your move to the upside. You can do this on Renkos, candlesticks, Hakanachi, hell, even line chart, right? So, boom. All right, that's about 40 minutes of education. Let's get to the charts and get this rocking and rolling. All right. So we're going to get another move to the upside. That's what it's looking like. Retest back up to that high. Right. And I'm pretty confident in this buy. So again, retest. And then let it go up. And then you'll look to sell. Right? But for now, look for that buy. Bullish flag for me. DXY, Euro USD. All right. So one more low. Retest here. And then we'll look for that up move. Right? So bearish flag for a sell. Bearish flag for a sell, right? See here, when the market is trending, right, after it broke this uptrend right here, right? After it broke this uptrend right here. After it broke this uptrend. So that was your breakout. Okay, if we're going on this downside, I should get a retest and a confirmation to go back for a sell. So you had one right here. You had one right here. Right? We're getting another one. So all I need is this to cross back over to the downside. I just need a MACD crossover. Like literally that's it. Why would I take the sell? All confirmations is telling me sell. My overall trend is a sell. 4 hours telling me sell. Everything's telling me sell. Boom. If you use like the golden crossover, the 2 moving average, 1 moving average, it's telling you to sell. Even my MACD is telling me to sell. So I just got to line everything up. Every time I want to sell, I just got to wait for the retest. I don't sell on the impulse. I don't buy on the impulse. You don't buy here. You wait for the pullback, right? See this? See this pullback? Wait for the pullback and then buy, right? This wasn't a big buy. But I'd rather buy as low as possible than buying from here. And that's the point of waiting for the pullback. That's the point of waiting for that zero line crossover pullback. Wait for it to pull back. So when it pulled back over here, yeah, this is not a big move. But again, I'd rather catch 20 pips right here on the small move than be in a 60 pip drawdown because I bought on the initial impulse. Wait for the pullback. If the market is trending, it will always pull back. It will always pull back every single time. All right. Get all this drawing off, and you guys got your. All right. So wait for that flag to finish, come up, crossover, and then sell. Right. That should help a lot of you guys out, honestly. All right. That should really help a lot of you guys out. Right. I think that will be a super, super eye opener. Like, again, like GU, right? So Great Britain USD. So everybody's been looking for these reversals on Great Britain pound pair, right? We're pretty much near it. We're at the part, right? So on Friday we got a little bit of movement. So again, check this out. Even when price pulled back right around here, right? You had that little uptrend. And this is what I'm saying to you. You can even catch even the small moves. So we see here, right? You see this little crossover right here that happened? Some of you guys would have bought thinking, oh, price is above my moving average. Let me buy, let me buy, let me buy. No. Wait for the retest. After it crosses over, right? Look, it crossed over my MACD. That's a confirmation. Right? That's a confirmation. All right, cool. But like I said, never rely just on an indicator. An indicator is there to assist you. It's not the holy grail. So that's a confirmation. Price above a moving average is a confirmation. But we all know when we buy and sell just based on our moving average, how many times have you guys lost? How many times have you guys bought when price was above or below your moving average, and then it goes the opposite way? Like here, these are perfect example. You buy here, and then it goes the opposite way. You sell here, then it goes the opposite way. You buy here, then it goes the opposite. You sell here, go. If price is truly trending, what it'll do is it'll break these barriers. So you'll get a MACD crossover. You'll get price to cross over the your EMA, and then what will happen is you'll get a pullback, a retest, and price will stay above all these indicators, right? So if this is on the 1 hour, let's say I'm looking for my entry on the 30-minute. You see what price did? So I got my breakout here. That was my breakout candle. Boom. I wait for the pullback. And then when price crosses over again, makes my MACD crossover, now I can comfortably buy. So now I don't get caught. You see what price did here? What's the difference between here? This is a breakout, right? This is a crossover. This is a crossover. This is a crossover. That's a crossover. That's a crossover. That's a crossover. Crossover, 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 crossover. What's the difference? What's the difference between these crossovers and this crossover? When this crossed over, right, instead of initially buying here, you do not buy on the initial crossover. So you do not buy or sell on the first crossover. There we go. That's better. Forget the initial. On the first crossover. Right? So that's your first time crossing over. First time crossing over. First time, first time, first time. And same thing, first time. When this crossed over for the first time, what happened? Again, it came back. You have to wait for this part. So when you get that MACD crossover to the upside downside, you have to wait for the pullback first. And then you buy. So you see here, when this crossed over, what happened? It went back under my moving average. What's the rule of thumb? If it's under my moving average, right? This is without even flags, without market structure, understanding ascending, descending channels. This is just basic stuff. So if price breaks above my moving average and it's telling me to buy, my MACD crossover telling me to buy. So I have this, I have this. So I would buy. The average trader would buy. But look what happens. Price pulls back. Same thing here. Crossover, crossover. But then price pulls back. Same thing here. Crossover, crossover. But price back. Crossover. Look what happens here. Price stays above my moving average. This is basic stuff, guys. Basic stuff. But this little stuff right here, this basic stuff, is really, for some of you, it's what's going to give you that aha moment. Right here, what's the difference? What's the difference here? Why go on the uptrend here? What's the difference here? Right? What's the difference here? Well, the difference here is when this broke up, price stayed above my moving average. That's number one. Price stayed above my moving average. That's number one. I had a more aggressive move. And when this retested and pulled back to my MACD, my zero line crossover, that fable, I got a confirmation crossover to now comfortably buy. Whereas where this broke up, when it retested here, price wasn't above my moving average. Price wasn't above my moving average. Price wasn't above my moving average. So you would have bought and lost, bought and lost, bought and lost. Difference here is when this breaks out, when I finally buy, look, price never revisits. See that? Price stayed above. You see that, guys? Boom. Right? That's the difference. That's the difference, right? See, you see right here, for example, this part right here on the daily, right? So if I go on the 4 hour, what's the difference? Price broke out. I got a MACD crossover here. Let me put the line, right? So MACD crossover. Okay, I buy. But when this retested, my zero line crossover, what happened? Price went back under my moving average. See that? So now I really shouldn't be buying. If this was a real buy, you see, because people see this green right here, you would have bought. Now, now look at it from the other side. When this broke out, that was my breakout. Look what happens. Breakout, perfect. That's my crossover here to the downside. Look what happens. I get a retest here to come back to the downside. See that? Now I can comfortably sell. Everything is really lining up now. Right? And then it keeps happening. I get a retest and then a crossover to come back down. Right? How many of you guys watch Christopher Derrick, Luke Longmire, these traders, right? If you look at their strategy, you really break it down. All they're doing is trading retests. Haven't you noticed that? For all you guys who watch Chris Derrick, Luke Longmire, I don't know other traders who use retests. Think about it. That's all they're doing. They're waiting for the initial breakout. Cool. And they're waiting for that retest to confirm it's going to continue going in that direction. That's the key. So instead of you guys buying on the initial breakout, to confirm that it is going in that trend, in that direction, like right here, Notice you will always, when a market is trending, right? When a market is trending, you will always get a retest. A retest to sell again. Retest to sell again. Retest to sell again. Retest to sell again. And over and over and over and over and over. That's all they're doing, right? They don't buy on the initial breakout. And that's where a lot of you guys go wrong. A lot of you guys buy on the initial breakout. And I think that's where a lot of you guys struggle at. You buy on the initial breakout. You buy when price, you see that big uptrend or that big downtrend. That's cool. All right. I have this big downtrend. You see I'm on the 4 hour. I have this big downtrend. Cool. Cool. Very cool. If this is a true downtrend, I'm on the 4 hour. I want to move down 1 to 2. And all I want to see is this retest my zero line crossover. Retest. And if we're really going down, I should get another crossover to confirm the trend. That's it, guys. Seriously, this should have woken up so many of you guys right now. This should have been a super eye-opener in you. Forget the initial breakout. You wait for that retest. Now I can comfortably sell. All right. So that's another example, and we'll see more along the way while we're trading tonight. Right? And that will cause you from getting in so many fake outs. Look at this. Look. So that means if I'm on this daily time frame, if this is a real buy, price should have stayed, right? If this is a real buy, I'm looking for this to come up, retest, to go back up. Notice how when this came up, it came all the way back down. So that means this breakout to go up wasn't a real uptrend. Now notice the difference here. When this broke out, look how it retested to go back up. So when I would have been looking for my re-entry on the 4 hour, I would have had my crossover, and literally the moment you jumped in the trade, you would have had practically zero drawdown. Practically zero drawdown. As far as EMA, you can use whatever. The higher the EMA, the better. So some people like the 200, the 50, the whatever, right? You can use 2 crossovers. I always pop up. You guys notice I have different EMAs all the time. And the reason being, it doesn't matter. You guys should have, some of you guys should realize that. It doesn't matter. It's how you use it. You see the difference on how I use my indicators as opposed to a lot of other people, right? Like I said, if I was based on technical terms, moving average, the moment price is above it or below it, I'm buying or selling. So I'm losing. You see, if I would have bought here based on this crossover, I would have lost this trade. I would have lost this trade. I would have lost, this trade, right? If I was selling based on, you got to know how to when and how to use everything. That's the important thing, right? You can have the best samurai sword in the world, but if you don't know how to use it, it doesn't matter, right? So we're looking for that, so right. So always remember, guys, when you're buying or selling this week, wait for that retest. It's going to confirm the trend for you. Exactly. Never trade the intel. So sometimes it's good to go back and, just go back to just like the basics, right? Because you got to realize some people come on this session and then, this is an advanced class, right? This is an advanced class, and people get lost in trying to understand all the technical stuff. And it's really the small stuff that really is gonna take your trading game to that next level. You really lock down the basics. Sky's the limit, right? So all right. Odd USD. Right. So I'm looking for this to come up. Right. I'm looking for this to pull back and then come up some. Looking for probably around this zone here before going back down. Right. So we got a flat channel right here. Don't buy or sell. Let this pull back before buying. Right, we're again at these weekly, monthly lows. So up. Brazilian USD. All right. So again, if this is my breakout right here, if this is breaking out to the downside, right? This is breaking out to the downside. I should get a retest. So let's say I go to 30-minute, 15-minute. If this is breaking down, if this is really going on a downtrend, I should get a retest to confirm that it's going to go down. Right? And that's the whole point of, for people wondering why I'm always looking at flags, that's the whole point. That's why I'm always waiting for that. Right? Because when you buy or sell, perfect example, or let's find an example. When you buy and sell, right? When you buy or sell, like you buy at the top here and sell here, right? When you don't get that retest, you'll get in trouble. Right? You'll get in trouble. So you see here, see I'm on the 4 hour, right? So you see here, I break above, I break, right? Now I had a pretty decent uptrend, but again, so if I stay on the 4 hour, I need this retest to pull back. I needed to pull back and then confirm that we're going to go back.